Good afternoon, and thank you so much for taking the time to join us today for our sixth session in our first ever virtual 55 and Better series. My name is Lindsay Haynes. I am the event manager with Prairie Mountain Media, and I will be the moderator for today's session. So before we get started, I did want to go ahead and point out that whether you are on a computer or a tablet or a mobile device, you'll have the opportunity to enter in any kind of questions that you have at any point in time during the presentation. So there is a chat and a Q&A button that you can click on the bottom of your Zoom screen. So like I said, we'll go ahead and if you have any questions, submit those. And then after today's presentation, we will have an active Q&A portion. So today's presentation will be covering CBD and the benefits that come with CBD use. And with us, we've got Eric Sweatt. He is the owner of the CBD Store with locations in both Greeley and Loveland, as well as some members of his team today. So I will go ahead and turn it over to Eric and his team, and we'll get started.
Hi, actually, my name is Caprice. I'm Eric's wife. I actually turned 54 years old a couple of days ago. I'd like to give you a little bit of a background on what happened and how we ended up here, and what my story is with CBD. I actually was born with stomach issues. We believe I was probably born with Crohn's disease. I was a colicky baby, but I suffered really in silence until I was about 17 years old, and I finally was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. For those of you who do not know, Crohn's disease is a debilitating condition. It's a chronic illness. There is no cure. And that's pretty tough to find out when you're 17 years old that you'll have something for the rest of your life, that there is no cure. And a lot of people are completely debilitated by Crohn's disease. I have moderate to severe Crohn's disease. So once I was diagnosed, first off, we were told that I wouldn't have children, that I'd have a life basically fighting this pain and dealing with this horrible illness. So it was a pretty sad diagnosis at the age of 17, looking ahead at my adult life. So in the meantime, I was put on so many medications, prescription drugs, that it was always try this, let's try this. This pill was making me sicker. This one was making me so sleepy. I couldn't function. And so the prescription pills for years and years and years were, really driving my life. I had no appetite. I wasn't able to sleep, things like this. And so, anyway, what I ended up doing was searching out some holistic things that could possibly help, get me back where I needed to be in a healthy frame of mind, because the prescription drugs had made me to where I just was not thinking clearly. And at the same time, I actually had gotten married and was pregnant with my first daughter, and was really concerned because they said I wasn't going to be able to have babies yet. I was pregnant, and we were going to see how that went with the Crohn's disease. So I ended up delivering my daughter, and I'm feeling pretty good. But again, I have another bad flare up. And at that point, I decided I've got to try something else. And so I basically found cannabinoids through medical cannabis, through CBD, cannabidiol, so many different elements in the hemp plant and in the marijuana plant, which are really two different things. And we'll get into that in the webinar later with some of our other speakers. But essentially what happened was I had started trying some different things. And to make a really long story short, because we're talking about from about the age of 24 to the age of 54, a lot has happened. But in that time, what happened was I was able to, tell my doctors that I was feeling better, but I necessarily wasn't able to tell them why. I had small children, and honestly, to share with them what I was doing with CBD when it was illegal was pretty scary for me. I did confide in a couple of physicians, and with their help, I was able to actually go off of all of my prescription drugs, which I was at that time taking about 15 different pills a day. So went off my prescription pills, and at that point, I started primarily changing my diet and my lifestyle, and really looking at what was, hurting my stomach, making me not be able to eat, not making me be able to function, what was causing me pain, and the inflammation that I was having is what was actually causing the major pain. So I found out through my own research and with my physicians. Once I started my own therapies with CBD and cannabidiol and the different compounds in the hemp plant, I soon found out that it reduces inflammation so much that I was rarely having flare-ups anymore. And for someone with Crohn's, when you do not have a flare-up for long periods of time, it's literally a lifesaver. So CBD really saved my life. I believe at the age of 54, there's no way that I could have been on Oxycontins and oxycodones and Percocets and Vicodins and different things like that, doctors want to prescribe someone like myself who has horrible pain, that I wouldn't be addicted to these horrible opiates and narcotics. I would fall in that category of the horrible epidemic that we've all faced with friends and family who have become addicted to opiates. And so I truly believe it saved my life. So because of that and my experience, I started sort of a grassroots movement in the state of Illinois, which was my home state. And I got out and I did over 300 seminars. I talked to as many people as I could to explain what had happened to me and to try to get people to drop the stigma surrounded with the hemp plant, marijuana, these kind of things, and realize I was a mom, I'm a successful business person, but I was using something at the time that was actually illegal. Now it ended up becoming legal as we went on, and minds changed, and people were so grappled with this opiate crisis that they had to look outside of prescription drugs for things that were giving them pain relief, sleep, giving cancer patients an appetite, Crohn's patients for myself who sometimes were unable to eat for days at a time. CBD can help me eat. It reduces the inflammation that I have. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at 32 years old. I have no symptoms or signs of it at 54. Not that I don't have aches and pains, because I do, but nothing severe with the rheumatoid arthritis. So it's helped me with a plethora of issues that I have had or would have had, and especially with an aging Crohn's patient. So today, that's what I want to kind of hit home with you, is that at this point, turning 54 a couple days ago, I'm right on the brink of being a senior. And those are tough words to mutter, but the truth of the matter is that I'm a grandma of 6. I ended up having 3 children and 6 grandchildren, and I'm active and healthy. I have flare-ups about once a year, which honestly, you can't complain with how long I've had Crohn's disease. So it keeps it at bay. Has it cured it? No, it will not. However, it's given me my life back, and it's given me a lifestyle that has just meant everything to my family, because I'm able to be a productive member of my family and of the community, instead of someone who's addicted to opiates, and well, we all know where that leads. So today, though, I do want to end this with, I ended up starting, my husband and myself, the CBD stores. We have 4 locations: Loveland, Colorado, Greeley, Colorado, Champaign, Illinois, and Pekin, Illinois. We also have a website, www.thecbdstorecompany.com, where you can order our products online. Right now, we do have our own labels. We started formulating our own product so that we could narrow down what really is working with people, keep being able to provide that. So I wanted to open these stores that are boutique style type of store. I'm sitting in our store right now. And I wanted to open these kind of stores so that we could have people come in and feel comfortable, not feel like you're really going to a dispensary and purchasing marijuana. I wanted you to come in and be able to feel like you're really going to get educated, you're cared about, the products are safe. We have all of the lab tests, the third-party testing, and our employees are incredible with the knowledge of all of our products. We have a wide variety of products, and when you come in, you'll be able to get educated and be able to get all of your questions answered, which I know is important to a lot of you. For a lot of you over 55, 60, 65, and even older, we service age groups of all ages. But for many of you that are aging, you know that you have a lot of things maybe in your health that are failing. And of course, when you go to traditional physicians, prescriptions are what we normally look at. And I don't want to diss any of that, but I want you to think about what you can do in your older years rather than filling yourself with prescription drugs, to maybe take a look at a safe, effective remedy that could really change your life. I'm not saying that it's the end all to everything, but for so many people, and at this point, I've had so much contact with so many people, it's tens of thousands of people that I've had personal contact with that's changed their lives. So for those of you that are aging and you're using a lot of prescription pills that have so many side effects, take a look at CBD, whether it's our product or someone else's. But what I feel comfortable with is that my vision and my true love was to open these stores where you felt comfortable coming in and people could get their questions answered in a safe environment where you were getting safe products made right here in the USA. And all of our products are made right here in Colorado. And so we just want you to be able to have faith in CBD. It is legal. And some other people later in the webinar can touch on that. But if you're questioning whether it's legal or not, it is legal in all 50 states. So, think about coming into one of our locations or jumping on our website, again, www.thecbdstorecompany.com. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Sandra. Sandra is an awesome employee here in our Loveland store. She's an RN. And one of the reasons that we hire healthcare professionals is because we want you to feel comfortable when you come into our stores that you're getting the best care. You can go to any CBD store. Look, I understand you can go down the road. You can find 50 spots where you can run in and buy a bottle of CBD or salve or gummies. There's so many different options, and Ryan will talk about that later. But when you come into our store, you get people with the quality of like Sandra, where she's an RN and she's really dedicating her life to CBD and how it's helping people who come into our stores and need to get their questions answered and who are using our products. So right now I'm going to hand it over to Sandra. She's awesome. And later in the webinar, we'll get to all of your questions and get everything answered. And thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you.
Hello there. My name is Sandra. I've worked as an RN and in the mental health care and physical health care system for over 15 years. I've worked with doctors and psychiatrists. And of course, in my experience over those years, professionally as well as personally, I've seen how pharmaceuticals have varying effects for different people. The thing that tends to be the most difficult, though, is so often there's just difficult side effects with a lot of prescription medications. The other thing, particularly around medications that assist with anxiety, depression, sleep, immune disorders, and also a lot of inflammatory issues. There just can be really hard side effects and also sometimes a difficulty coming off of those medications if that is warranted for any reason. And so what has fascinated me from my professional and personal experience is seeing how safe CBD is, how rarely it gives people negative side effects, and also if you need to come off of it for some reason, there's no withdrawal symptoms. It's not addictive to the body in that way. And so those aspects of CBD have excited me so much for people. I basically am just really excited about helping to educate people about the option of CBD and getting to share stories and hear people's stories about their health journeys, because everyone kind of has, a different dose that works for them, a different variety of medications that do or don't work for them, and whatever their, physical or mental health issue is. And so what we're really excited about here is supporting you on your health journey, and just recognizing it's unique to everyone, but also wanting you to know that you can try CBD in a safe way. And also, I just want to encourage you, if you're interested in trying CBD and you do have a lot of health or mental health conditions, to look for a doctor that is open to working with you and your CBD journey, because there's getting to be more of them out there. And there's just, the research continues to grow on CBD. Mostly what we see is that it supports the endocannabinoid system in the body, which is basically there's an endocannabinoid system in every cell of your body. So the potential for how CBD can help you is and support your body's symptoms for their ultimate health and well-being. It's truly exciting, because we see people surprised by how CBD can help them and their symptoms. We see that all the time. Again, is it exactly this? Does it work exactly the same for everyone? No, but that's why we're here. We really enjoy getting to know our customers and supporting you on your ultimate health journey. So I guess that's what I'll say for now. And next, I'm going to hand it over to our regional manager. This is Ryan Groves. He manages our stores here in Loveland and Illinois.
Hello guys, how you doing? Thank you, Sandy. Also, thank you everyone for joining the webinar. We really appreciate it. Our company is really big on education first and foremost. That's what we're all about. We're not about selling products. We're about helping people first and foremost. Again, so again, thank you for joining us. I am the regional manager. I oversee several different stores for the CBD Store. I also work on product development, so I'm here to kind of touch on a few different things today. Primarily, I want to start with what CBD is. A lot of people have heard about CBD. Some people haven't, but it's kind of the newest thing. It's been around for, I want to say, about 2 years now. There's a lot of misconceptions around what CBD is. A lot of folks think that it's kind of the same thing as marijuana, which it's not, so we're going to talk about that. CBD stands for cannabidiol. What it is it's a compound that cannabis produces. By cannabis, we're referring to hemp. There was a bill passed in 2018 called the Farm Bill. And what it did was it stated that cannabis sativa having less than 0.3% delta-9 THC is hemp. And that is non-psychoactive, meaning it doesn't get you high. So everything that we sell does not get anyone high. It's only for medical purposes. It'll help you relieve pain. It'll help with stress and anxiety. We can't guarantee anything because it's, that's how the FDA has put it. Until CBD is fully vetted by them. We just can't make concrete medical claims, but these are things that I've seen from my customers over the last 2 years. They've come in and said, CBD has helped me with so much. It's really helped me feel better. So that's directly reported from my customers. Again, I can't put that out there and say we guarantee it to you, but that's what we've seen from our customers. So cannabidiol, again, it's a compound that the plant produces. It's one of many. Cannabis produces over 113 different compounds. They all do slightly different things. CBD is one of the most famous ones. Also, THC on the marijuana side is another famous one. That's the compound that does get you high, and that's what we're not focused on. So the human body has what's called an endocannabinoid system. And the science behind it is CBD works with this system. We produce 2 different natural compounds in our own bodies, our entire lives, from the day we're born until the day we die. These compounds really help us manage our bodies. They're tied into everything, into our immune system, into our digestive system. We have these receptors in our bones, in our skin, in our muscles, in every single organ. It's literally everywhere. This endocannabinoid system is very, very important. We use it to regulate everything. So what we've found is that folks that have chronic pain, chronic illness, they're really stressed out on their endocannabinoid system. And so what CBD does is it helps to supplement that, helps to make it healthy. Now we have quite a few different options on how to take CBD. Most of what we sell is internal CBD, which would be things like tinctures. We have gummies, we have capsules, we even have drinks. We have inhalable products. We have a CBD inhaler, which is awesome. That's something that's brand new, not really seen before much. So all different kinds of options out there. We also have external products, which would be the topicals. We have anywhere from 300 milligrams up to 1,200 for folks that really need some extreme pain relief. And that's great for targeting specific spots like the hands. I have a lot of people that use CBD on their hands for arthritis. I have a lot of folks that use it on elbows, shoulders, knees, feet, wherever you're really dealing with pain. It's going to help you out locally. So lots of different ways to take it. I want to share a story with you. I have a customer that's been coming to us for about 2 years since we first opened. And she had a brain tumor about the size of a pea. And just through using CBD, she claims that was it. You know, she did improve her diet a little bit, but she was able to reduce the size of the tumor. It shrank and eventually went away. Again, that's an amazing story. I can't guarantee that works for everyone, but that's something that I have personally seen. I also have customers that have told me about fibromyalgia and CBD helping with their nerve pain. I've had diabetics tell me it's helped them with their neuropathy and with controlling their blood sugar. I've had people tell me it's helped with hypertension. So what we're saying is that we're not telling folks to just use CBD instead of their medications. It is very important to talk to your doctor about CBD. Your primary care physician does need to know that you're using it. But we've really seen doctors kind of come around and start recognizing the value of high quality CBD products in the last year and a half, which is awesome. I've had some doctors and nurses that have started telling people to come here specifically because we know what we're talking about. So let's see. I just want to kind of summarize that, you know, it's when you're using CBD, it's important to know what you're using. You do need to verify the company. You need to see lab testing. Lab testing is very, very important. Everything that we sell is lab tested at several different points. We even have CBD for pets. You know, CBD for pets is amazing. They have an endocannabinoid system of their own as well. So CBD will help your pets the same as it helps with us with pain relief, anxiety, stress. We sell a lot of pet CBD around the 4th of July. So that's really awesome. That's about it. I will take some more questions a little bit later on if anyone has some technical issues or, they just want to know more about what we do. We have some great quality products. We do have some formulas that we've developed ourselves. We've also sought out some of the best quality plants to make our CBD products with. So with that being said, I will pass it along and Melissa, please take it away. Appreciate it.
For questions. Okay.
Hey, you guys, I just wanted to give you a quick opportunity. If you wanted to share that video again from the beginning, I know we would all love to see it. We weren't able to hear some of the audio until the last couple minutes, but it did come back. So if you wanted to show that again, I just wanted to really quick give you guys the opportunity. I think the audience would love to see it.
Yes. We would love to show that.
Marijuana becomes legal in Illinois in 2020. But did you know there's a difference between THC and CBD? We are learning all about it today at the CBD Store grand opening in Lincolnwood, Illinois.
There we go. 2, 3. Yeah!
This is so exciting. Fortunately today, people are more open-minded, and now we have entrepreneurs like the CBD Store that are here and open and accessible to the public.
Caprice Sweatt, owner, entrepreneur of the CBD Store. You've been at this for a long time. You're very passionate about these products. What keeps driving you to do this?
Stacy, CBD really saved my life. I was diagnosed at the age of 17 with Crohn's disease, a debilitating condition. So it was just constant, try this, try this, try this. I ended up, using a cannabinoid therapy that worked for me incredibly. Basically, medical cannabis is completely different than CBD. CBD, it's just the medicinal benefit of the hemp plant extracted into an oil for anxiety, depression, PTSD, insomnia, really working for people.
I just love these products because as an MMA fighter, I'm always getting banged up, beat up. The balms, I really like a lot. Actually, last month I got kicked pretty hard in the arm, and it was pretty purple. People didn't think I was gonna fight or anything like that, so I've been using the balms on it. It helped a lot. I was able to fight, I won, and I felt great,
What we've got here are our store's brand of products. We get everything from anxiety, depression, people with arthritis, different aches and pains, sports-related, work-related. People also come in to buy products to treat very serious things like epilepsy and cancer.
Marijuana is not the same as hemp. CBD is in marijuana. In Illinois, for the medical cannabis program, we have over 150 children on the program in the state of Illinois. It's good for seizures and cancer. Our patient that's 2 months old, she had, and we had to feed her the CBD through a tube. We have tinctures, we have salves, we have bath bombs, and it's good for all walks of life, including animals. We even have it for horses and cows, not just cats and dogs.
So I'm done for the day, and they gave me one of those bath bombs. It's got the CBD oil in it. I didn't even know you could do that. I'm gonna put it in my tub and just relax. It's a chilly day. I just can't wait to try this out. Time to go home.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. So we do have some questions that are coming in, and I do have a couple questions of my own, so I think we'll just go ahead and get right into it. Ryan, I know you kind of mentioned that when people, come in, they get to talk with somebody and you kind of formulate a plan based on their specific needs. But just kind of as an overview for somebody that hasn't necessarily been in your store before or a CBD store at all, when you come in and I've got no knowledge, what can I expect? What kind of conversations are we going to have? What kind of products are you maybe going to recommend as a beginner? Just that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. So when you come into our store, you can expect an education, because we know that our customers, the vast majority of them will really not have much knowledge on what CBD is, and that's why we're here. Again, we are education first. So when you come in, whatever you're looking for relief from, I can help you out with. I'll listen to what's going on with you. And I'll act accordingly. We'll point out a few different products. Again, our tinctures work for a lot of different folks, but we have other options as well. So I will listen to what's going on with you. Same with Sandy. She'll kind of hear what's going on with you, and we'll talk a little bit, and we'll see what you're comfortable with as far as relief, and whatever products you want to check out, we will talk to you about it and kind of show you lab testing and whatever else you would like to see. So.
Yeah, we also try to offer samples too for people. If you're just starting it out CBD, we understand it can be a journey to figure out what type of product you want to use and also what your optimal dose is. So we try to do everything we can to support you in that process as you're getting started.
Great. And so kind of going off of just a little bit of the introduction as well, some of the common types that I think people hear about are the oil and some lotions, those topical products. But you did kind of mention that you have some drinks, and I did see on your website, you've got like sodas and sparkling water. Could you just talk a little bit about the variety of products that people can try? I think that another misconception is there's only oil or lotions or something like that. So.
Right. Yeah. And that's the two most people have heard about and they're coming in and asking us about. But again, lots of different products. We have a CBD infused sparkling water. We have CBD coffee, CBD infused chamomile tea. Those are some of our drink options. We have chocolate bars. We have gummies. We have just about everything, whatever you can think of. So there's really a good option for everyone.
Yeah, and actually, we also have, sometimes people also enjoy our soft gels. We have just soft gels taken more like capsules. And then we also, we have it as vaporizer as well. So, the different routes take effect at different rates. And so sometimes if someone has a condition where they're like, I need the fastest results possible, we sometimes recommend vaporizing the vaporizer, or we even have hemp flower here as well. Which you can smoke. But the tincture is often an awesome middle ground, because you can put the tincture just under your tongue, and it takes effect within about 5 to 10 minutes usually. And so it's a quick reaction in your body, not as quick as smoking it, but if you're not interested in smoking or vaping, it's just a super healthy way to get the CBD in your system quickly through the blood vessels under your tongue or in your cheek. Otherwise, like the soft gels and other edibles, when they go through your digestive tract, it takes more like about a half hour to 60 minutes for it to take effect in your bloodstream. But yeah, like Ryan mentioned, there's a lot of different options if you want to enjoy it as an edible somehow.
So Sandy, do I have to know anything about dosage? Should I have talked to my, physician or primary care doctor before coming in to have a better idea? Or is that something that you could answer for me with my visit?
That's a great question. So, basically, what we're able to do here is we know certain things to look for that are particularly important to talk to your doctor about before starting CBD. So, for instance, if you have liver disease, CBD is broken down by the liver. And so that would be a condition where really before starting CBD, It's absolutely pretty much necessary that you discuss it with a doctor. Also, there's a couple medications like some blood thinners and some seizure medicines that can interact particularly. I mean, this has just been shown with research and also with experience. So, so that can interact with CBD. So if you're on blood thinners or seizure meds, we're gonna highly recommend before even starting to discuss this thoroughly with your doctor. Also, if you take just a ton of medicine, you know, the liver processes most things in our body. So if you're already kind of giving your liver a good workout with regards to a lot of medicines or whatnot, then it is, you know, there's just certain situations where it's more critical that you absolutely make sure that you talk to your doctor first. And so the main other thing that we know is just safe dosing place to start for people. We always recommend starting at a very low dose and slowly working toward your optimal dose. And so that's just the safe way to do it. And so that's what we're here to do, is to guide you in that safe way of introducing CBD to yourself.
Mm-hmm. So I know you mentioned, you know, the CBD, it's not like THC. It doesn't make you feel high or anything, but are there any side effects that might come up that we should, you know, just be careful of or make sure to notice?
Sure. So I'll kind of field that one in. And that's another reason why we're really big on what we call microdosing. It's using lower doses, sometimes more frequently, sometimes not. There's a lot of factors that go into what an ideal dosage is. Things like genetic background, weight, age, gender, so many different factors that play into it. So as far as side effects go, we have seen some mild side effects for people that really overdo it. The average dose, now again, we want to stress that everyone's different. So many different factors that go into that, but what I've seen typically for adults is somewhere between 10 to 20 milligrams for a good dosage. That's not a guarantee, that's just a great place to start. Now I've seen for folks that really overdo it on that, we're talking about 10 to 20 times the levels that most people need. We have seen some mild side effects like headaches or digestive issues. Again, with, for example, taking a sublingual oil. Any sort of oil product that you really overdo it on, you're really going to have some issues there. So that's kind of some of the mild issues we've seen with kind of overdoing it on dosing. But really, as far as major side effects, we just haven't seen it. So
Great. So will ingesting CBD oil or any type of CBD products cause me to fail a drug test?
I'll also field that one. So there's different types of products out there. You really can separate CBD into 3 different categories, and I'll touch on those really quick. So one of them is called full spectrum. What that term means is that you're pulling everything out of the plant. Now, again, there is CBD predominantly in hemp, but there's other cannabinoids like THC. To be legal on the federal level, hemp has to produce less than 0.3%, which is a very low amount, but it's not zero. So what we tell our customers is for full spectrum products, there's a very low risk of it showing up on a drug test, but that risk is not zero. That product could still trigger a false positive. We have products that are called broad spectrum, where they start with a full spectrum extract and they go through a distillation process to remove that THC. And what we found is that broad spectrum products still give great results for folks, but really they don't, for the most part, they do not have to worry about failing a drug test. If that drug test is testing for THC, they don't have to worry about it. And then there's products called isolate, where it's just CBD, there's no other compounds in there. Of course, those are 100% THC free. No one ever has to worry about failing a drug test on an isolate product. But that isolate based product, it will give a benefit, but we've seen that broad spectrum and full spectrum tend to give better results than isolates.
So this question, I think, is more for the CBD store in general and your locations, but do you accept HSA as a form of payment?
The health savings, I have had some customers that have used, sorry, I'll just step over a little bit here. So I apologize, we have a customer that we're working with right now. But,
no, that's great.
Yes, absolutely. So I have had some customers that have used HSA card, and it's really worked out just fine there. So again, we can't guarantee it, but this is just something that I've seen in the past where customers have tried their HSA cards, and it's worked.
It's been successful. That's great. That's great to know. So we had another question kind of come in as far as what can you expect for the cost of your products? So is there something that you recommend maybe for beginners that would be less costly versus whereas if you're, used to the CBD products and using them on a more regular basis by chance or?
Right. So we are very cognizant of cost, right? So we want the best quality products without, the old adage is charging an arm and a leg, right? We're not going to take your arm and your leg. We want to provide you good quality products at a great price. So there are different price points. They vary anywhere from $5 to $10 on the low end, and it goes up to $140 on the high end. Now we have a line called the Glacier line that is a custom formulation. We just came out with a lower strength sampler bottle that only costs $20. Mm-hmm. And that will give you, sorry, I'll move on down here, but that 200 milligram, 10 milliliter bottle, that's a great place to start. It'll give you, on average, usually 2 to 3 weeks to kind of check it out, see what you think. Again, it is a custom formulation. It has multiple cannabinoids. It has CBD, CBG, CBC, what I call the other CBs, and all of those provide benefits without getting into it. And again, I can do that in the store. But at $20, it's a great place to kind of start and check it out, see what you think.
Yeah, great. And so, of course, I see that you are open to the public right now, which is great. And so another question just for the CBD store in general in both your locations, specifically in Greeley and Loveland. Do you do curbside pickup or, anything like that that's kind of like following the pandemic?
Absolutely, yes. So, I mean, we are not wearing our masks because we are,
of course, doing the webinar.
But in the store, we do wear our masks and we require that as per health department standards. We require our customers to wear their masks as well. We do have sanitizing wipes, so we keep our location as sterile as possible. Mm-hmm. We wipe down our door handles and our countertops, and everything possible. We have hand sanitizer available for our customers. We use it ourselves. So we do keep it a very sterile environment for the people that want to come in. I know not everyone wants to come in. So then we also offer curbside service. They can place their order over the phone. They can call us when they're here. We'll just run it down to their car. We'll wear gloves. We wear a mask. Again, we want to keep people healthy. That's what we're in the business of, is making people healthier.
Right.
Sick. So we offer that. We also offer delivery. I know a lot of people don't even want to leave their house, especially folks that have severely compromised immune systems. So we offer free local delivery for our customers as well, just as a service, because we know that people really get a benefit from our products, and we don't want to deprive them of that because they don't want to leave their house. We also don't want to charge them a shipping fee and make them wait a week just to ship it to their house. So we'll deliver it out to them as well.
That's great. Yeah. So actually that was all of the questions that I had, as well as our audience. So Caprice, Eric, Sandy, and Ryan, thank you so much for your time today. I know there are a lot of misconceptions with CBD and kind of the myths as far as it relating to THC when it doesn't. And so we really appreciate your expertise on the topic and kind of letting us know a little bit more about you and your store, as well as your background. So like we kind of mentioned before, we are recording this webinar, so you can watch it again. If you wanted to share it with anybody, it will be on our website by the end of the day tomorrow. So that is www.northerncolorado55better.com. And so there you can also see more information about the CBD store, their website, and then a little bit more about the resources that they offer as well. So, but thank you guys so much. And with that being said, we'll wrap it up and everybody have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.